Hopefully I don't got crust on my face and all that.
Okay, we trying to get it together. Oh, so that. Okay, lights. We on?
Yes.
We live.
We live.
We live, baby.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, you guys. This is your boy B Thrash, 1 of 1. As you see to my left, we got a special guest in the building. And shout out to my man G who couldn't make it. He on the road traveling, but
Sad face.
yeah, he should have been here for one of these.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into a lot of topics for y'all today. We're gonna give y'all a lot of game, a lot of information. And I'm gonna let my guest to my left introduce herself.
Simone.
Look, I thought it was gonna be like
we don't do all that.
Look, y'all done seen her on the scene. Like, she's on the scene, but she low key like me. So we're gonna get into all of that. So, okay, the first thing. So, being a life coach.
Yeah.
First off, what is a life coach for people that wouldn't know what that is?
Man, there's so many different connotations to that. Relative to my context, I work for Goodwill, the Excel Center. So what a life coach looks like at the Excel Center is like a mix between a guidance counselor and an academic advisor.
Okay.
So I'm there for the students, my students, like emotional needs and things of that nature, but I also do their academic planning. And my students are adults. So the Excel Center is an adult high school for those who just didn't have a traditional route through a normal high school, or maybe dropped out.
Okay.
Maybe they're an immigrant or whatever. So that's a place where you can come and get your high school diploma completely free, and you might get linked up with a coach like me.
And take advantage of that. Like, never be scared to go back and get your education on, because a lot of people get into, and I'm gonna ask you, do you get a lot of people to where they like embarrassed to have to go back or anything like that? Like,
yeah, you get some of that.
Go ahead.
You get some of that depending on. So my caseload is about 100 students. I got a caseload of about 100 students, and yeah, it just depends on what their life trajectory was. But once they get in, get a couple weeks in. Our terms are 8 weeks long.
Okay.
So it's accelerated. Once you get in there, you realize that, okay, this is a family. These are people that actually care about me. Boys go on the autopilot. They are extremely successful so long as they come do the work. So.
And how important is it to be like around people that like it's like family versus a lot of people get into situations to the where like they like, oh, it's business and that. Like, how important do you feel like it's for people to like deal with family versus the business aspect?
And it may not even necessarily be family versus business. It just may be people's motives and how people feel about just humanity in general.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if you look at people like, this has to be a relationship where things have to be reciprocated versus I'm just going to be a kind individual to another person, that makes a world of difference.
Being kind takes you a longer way.
Yeah. It's gonna take you a long way. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And what's like some advice like you would give to somebody that actually wants to be a life coach, like for what you've learned so far?
So my story is a little bit different. I actually had somebody in middle school, shout out to Steph Feinheiser, rest in peace, who I accredit to saving my life. So I think in our context, because you have life coaches that are like wellness, like body, like they're doing different things.
Right.
Mine is an academic life coach. And if you want to get into the work, especially with the demographics that the Excel Center serves, you have to have a love for people. You got to have a love for people. You got to have an outlook on just people growing. You're not doing what you're doing because you want to get something back out
numbers,
of it. Yeah, you're doing it because you actually care about people.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, like people in my role, they're more successful because they have a similar life experience. So, yeah, if you If that ain't
If
what
you
you
out
want
for
to
the
do,
numbers,
yeah, don't pull up. Don't come over there.
Yeah, and I like now. I feel like a lot of things like people get caught up in just numbers in general and dehumanize like the situation. Like you know what I mean? Like the minute, and that just goes for like even Instagram.
I was about to say social media.
Yeah,
is,
like I think
social media crazy.
I think social media did that to like a lot of people. Like it got people just looking at numbers. Like they feel like likes and views validate them. Yeah, versus the actual work and the connections you build.
Because I mean, we talked about that. A lot of my friends in our inner circle talk about that. You know, if you have social media. First of all, folks be buying followers anyway. But it's like, so how you got 10,000 followers and 16 likes?
Facts.
Like, what are you doing?
Facts.
But the fact that you may have an event going on and you might get 14 likes, but the word of mouth and your reputation is going to carry the event. And you have a packed out event versus you put something up, you got 500, 600 likes. Right. And you got nobody in the room. So, I mean, it's always going to be about the work you do.
Facts. And I think like people that is whatever niche you're in, you need to understand like the real world is where it counts.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Okay. So we gonna swing into the ministry aspect since this is a Sunday.
Praise the Lord, saints.
thank the Lord for another
saints
day.
And ain'ts, how you what?
Okay, so how did you get into that?
Oh man, so I am an ordained minister.
Okay.
My home church is Jones Tabernacle AME Zion Church over there in the hood, Brightwood, 34th and Keystone. It's my home church.
Know where that's at?
Yep, that's my home church. Right now I'm serving under Pastor Corey Duncan over here in City of Hope, right down 56th Street. It's not too far from here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I won't say I grew up in. Technically, I grew up in the church.
Okay.
But I didn't really get into my spirituality and like claiming and doing, Christian things until my adult years. But I accepted my call to ministry when I was in high school. The way my denomination works, you got to go through a thing called conference studies. So, long story short, 7 years of work. I'm in seminary right now. 7 years of work before you get ordained to be a deacon. That's where I get the reverend. So it's Reverend Simone Murray. Okay. 2 more years, and I'm a ordained elder. So I am both. I am an ordained elder in the life of the AME Zion Church. So I can marry y'all. If y'all need some marriage counseling, y'all need some normal counseling, pull up. Yeah, on the spiritual tip.
Okay. And how important is it to have the spirituality balance with the life balance? I guess it's hard to explain like the two difference, but how important is it to have the spirituality with you?
So it's not there. I am who I am at all times.
Right.
So there's no balance. Like there's no switch. There's no code switch to my living. This is how I present myself all the time. Whether I'm in church, whether I'm at the Hill.
Yeah. Okay. What about? Let me give you another. When them kids is in the back room yelling and screaming, like, how do you get that? Okay. I gotta keep it calm.
It all comes into play. That's life. That's
Facts.
Regardless of whatever informs you,
right?
Whatever you choose to let inform you is going to play out in how you react to situations like that. So I let my faith inform decisions. I let my therapy inform decisions. Okay. So you feel me? So it's just, that's my normal. So.
Okay. So you carry that in no matter what.
Yeah, I try to. That's the process.
Okay. Now has this been like, so this has always been like how you are, or is this something you had to work to get to this level, or?
Relative to what? What you mean?
Like, okay, so you say you carry it into different levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people that's beginning their spirituality, they might be like, Lord, please be with me before I snap on this person. Like, it's levels to it. I don't just think you can just jump out there and then.
Nah, and good, mature, it depends. So I'm speaking from a Christian point of view.
Right.
Shout out to the whole interfaith family, though. I get down with everybody. I kick it in worship with my people, but my faith of choice is Christianity.
Okay.
And and those of us who are a little bit further along on our faith journeys understand that people who just may be professing a belief and whatever it is, that they have some some hiccups, some hang-ups, but you love on folks.
Facts.
And when you're planted in a good church, I think it's important that, however you choose to do your corporate worship or, wherever you grow, if that's the case, you got to make sure that you're growing in a good place, because you can get yourself real messed up with toxic theology and rituals that really don't mean nothing. And
that's what I was going to ask you.
Bootleg preachers.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I was going to ask you, okay, with you being in a good church, right?
An amazing church.
An amazing church.
Shout out Corey Duncan, Tamika Duncan.
Shout out everybody.
City of Hope on the east side. I don't even fool with the east side. No, I'm just playing. It's west side all day, though. But.
Nah, but with you being, around great people, you know what I mean? And you having that solid foundation to where you can take that with you, what advice would you give, somebody that don't have that and just kind of, stepping out there on their faith and just reading the Bible, for themselves?
Yeah, so I actually think seminary is a really good thing for people who want to go a little bit deeper. You don't necessarily have to go to school if you ain't got the money. If you have the means to go to seminary, I think going to one and kind of experiencing just how to think about God in general and just other people, I think that's a good thing to do. A lot of times you can maybe Christian Theological Seminary is where I'm getting my MDiv, my Master's of Divinity. And they'll let you audit classes. Sometimes you just go maybe have a conversation. Say, I just want to sit in on a class. Talk to different people. Okay. And my foundation, I haven't always had a good place to be. You gotta kind of watch and see, and choose where you'll see where there's growth, and you'll see where people feel like they're being treated properly.
Yes.
And they're growing in this a community based kind of church. You kind of want to link up with those people.
So you kind of put yourself.
Yeah, you gotta seek it out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So basically, stay true to yourself. That's one, and then find. It's kind of like finding your own way, kind of look, so to speak. It got to be within you.
Yeah, it's got to come. Yeah, it's got to be a decision that it's an active decision all the time. Okay. Yeah.
So what can we expect coming up with the ministry aspect of your life?
Oh man, I got and my friends get on me all the time because I tend not to share when I have speaking engagements. Why? Yeah, I just don't. I'm just like the people who are supposed to be there will be there. I'll do better in 2020, but I got a few I know that I'm scheduled to speak at University of Indianapolis. Reverend Ariane Williams. Hey, girl. She's the chaplain over there. She does a lot of things with those students. So she's doing a great job. Black Girl Magic. And she's killing them over there.
Black women is killing it.
Period. So I know I'm scheduled to preach in March at University of Indianapolis. I'll shoot you the date so you can tell somebody. I don't know.
We're gonna tag these in the video. But okay, so do you get nervous when you have to speak in front
Absolutely. Like right now.
Wow, this is me kicking it.
I'm still sweating.
But what is it? It's just I feel like when it comes to social speaking and stuff like that, it's all in your head. It's just like holding a general conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just case by case. It's just people and how we're wired. People deal with feelings of inadequacy all the time. It's people you may see me and think I'm confident or whatever. Yeah. I am nervous.
When we see you at the Hill doing your thing, we're going to get into that next. It's just dang, she lit. She know what she doing.
Yeah, but that's different. Yeah, that's a little different because I'm behind the camera and I can encourage y'all in my own way. That's a different element for me.
Got you. So the different elements bring out the difference.
Yeah.
We got you. Okay. So we're going to take it to the next topic.
Okay.
It's actually how we met.
Shout out
to Beasley, man. I always shout him out on this podcast. You know what I mean? He was one of the big people that was yeah, I'm with it. I pulled up.
Had to.
So, how did the whole photography come about?
In general or for?
In general, and then we're going to swing it into the Beasley.
Okay. Not into the Beasley. He ain't special. We gonna go
like,
down this way.
we gonna swing it to the Hill Beasley aspect.
The king of the hill. So I'm the friend who's always had a camera. Like in high school, I kept it disposable on me. Like I love taking pictures, and I think it stemmed from the fact. Well, I won't say I think it did. I did not have a lot of pictures of myself as a child. Okay. And I also like really had. I didn't have the best childhood in general, so it wasn't really much to capture, unfortunately. But
mental memories.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of an injustice. I think that all people are deserving of having beautiful moments of their lives at every stage captured. It shouldn't be, buku money. That we're just worthy in our state to be captured and have memories. Thanks. I'm Cheval, and that's a lot of people. They're like, "How do you spell it? How do you say that?" So Xival. It's Cheval. Oh, yeah. It is Cheval photography, and that's a spin. This is the first time I said it publicly.
Really? So, okay.
Cheval was like always a thing, like in my head. I didn't know if it was going to be a business, like am I going to kind of branch out from there doing just different artistic things? But that's probably been a name that I've had for maybe like 7 years now. Okay. Decided to go ahead with the photography aspect of it. So a Cheval mirror is actually spelled Cheval, and that's that full length mirror that you like maybe see in cartoons and stuff that kind of spins around.
That spins, but
it's full length. Okay. So the idea behind it is that my photography is a way that people can see themselves fully the way God, sees them. Okay. Top to bottom.
Okay.
It's all you. So that's what Cheval photography is.
And you actually do catch great moments.
Well, thank you.
I done seen the work. You know what I mean? I looked all through the pictures. I looked at everything, and I look like even not knowing any like some of the people. Yeah. It makes me look like, dang, that was a good moment for them. That probably right. Like, I wonder how they was feeling.
How you feel that? And that's the whole point. Yeah, and if you've not seen any, there's I have a gang of albums on Facebook, so just type in Cheval and the albums will pop up. It's probably pictures out there, folks that don't know that they have pictures.
Know. Yeah, and they are great pictures.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And it's true. Pictures worth 1,000 words. Cause
we took some. Man, you see the men's. They went viral.
Yes,
a few times. I think it's still circulating.
And it definitely is for a lot of women is posting these pictures.
Child, to get up.
Nah, but I think that's dope though. So like, okay, with you taking that moment, how did that tie into? We're gonna say the hill,
the Beasley,
the action.
So I was sharing with you. Yeah, I've known B for quite some time. Like we go back to middle school. A lot of people don't know that. Like long story short, I've been on my health kick for a long time. I like being in the gym. I like working out. I like doing unconventional workouts. I saw homeboy was doing this random hill thing. I was like, okay, what's this about? I don't like cardio, but I need to challenge myself. So I just pulled up. B was doing something. He just took a few of his clients out there. So I just pulled up one day, told a couple of my friends, and I did it a couple times. And I was like, this is good. Yeah. This is really, really good, and people need to see this. And that's really a lot of what I do in the community. If I see something that is that's just dope, I'm not waiting on nobody else to say, "Oh, this is dope." No, if it's dope, it's dope. Yeah. So I took the camera and I was like, "Yeah, boom, let's go." And yeah, pictures do a thing.
It's been lit.
And it does, And then we all had like great personalities. You know what I'm saying? There's good people out there that's. Wasn't no drama. It was just like that was the energy. And I was like, the city got to see this. And the city saw that. And
it's still, and this is only the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part that trips me out. Like,
boys, it's like, is it warm yet?
Yeah, like,
ready to get back out
I'm ready to go to the hill today. Like,
and that's dope. That's love.
Yeah, like.
So shout out to B for starting that.
Shout out to B, man. And like you said, like you met a lot of great people out just by doing what you love to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it's about. Like, what I think is finding your niche and being around people that, like, is on the same kind of path, like, moving forward. I think that's great. Shout out to Beasley. Shout out to you for having the photos to get,
man,
putting it out there.
Jokers was like, You put the pictures up yet?
Man.
Fam, it's 11:30.
Hey, we didn't even. Okay, look. Now we on that. And I done did a little photography myself.
You tell the people.
Listen. Give us a second. A second. Hey, give us a second. As from fellow photographer to fellow photographer.
Just hold on for a minute.
Just a minute. That's how we. Anytime
we got you.
We definitely got you, man. Like when I take, it's so funny when I take pictures of relatives and it's like, you send the pictures yet? I'm still eating. I'm getting my plate.
I literally just stopped shooting. It's been 1 hour. What did you do?
And we got lives just like y'all, so it's more so.
Don't say that. They gonna, boy. Don't give me. All right.
Hey man,
You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm glad we talked about this. I thought it was just me.
No, these are facts.
This is facts.
But I just got in the car. Like we ain't left.
Yeah,
we ain't even left the site.
Give us time, man.
Please.
Give us time. We feel ya. We understand.
We do.
But give us time.
I got a lot of edits to do this week. As a matter of fact, look, y'all can get y'all stuff this week, but 2 weeks is what I usually tell folks.
Yeah, because it just. Oh, I made that mistake of. It'll be a couple days. No, the couple days they wanted that night. Yes. Yeah. So, listen.
Having flashbacks.
I'm just because I know how it go. Like
it's rough.
It's definitely rough. So how do you do the edits? Like, is editing something you like to do, or actually being out on the field taking the pictures what you like to do? Like, which one is better?
It's both.
Okay.
Pardon me. It's really both. Especially being out there and capturing the moments. Like, that's priceless.
Yes.
That's just priceless to me. To be all the way honest, because it don't take nothing to, you know what I mean. If you want to do something, find a way to do it. The goal for me was to be able to capture moments for people at an affordable price. Really, to be honest, I don't even charge people half the time. Like, a lot of people don't know that, but like if you want to book a shoot, we can book a shoot depending on what you need.
Right.
But a lot of times I have folks that just aren't financially able. They're going to get the same quality of photos, and I'll offer them a donation-based shoot. And if your donation is zero, then your donation is zero. I don't know where you are in your life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it is what it is. But and then editing, because I have a life, you know, I still...
Editing is very time
It's tedious, and I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so, yeah, the edits, you know, on top, and I'm a mom. You
ain't even got. There's levels to it. We
got your 9 to 5.
you got the ministry.
You got the 9 to 5. You got the ministry. You got the photography. Now, and taking the pictures fast, boom. Editing the pictures, I gotta weave that into my schedule because again, I got kids.
Yes.
And not only do I have children, but I have children who have lives themselves.
Yes.
A lot of people know my kids. They're just as active in the community as I am. So, you know, and they got their own schedule. So just being able to kind of navigate it. Yeah.
I think what it is people see like that picture is taken like in a split second, so they think that's how the whole thing works.
And if you want that raw image, I can give you that.
But it ain't gonna be.
It might be fire, you know what I'm saying?
But you
I
take
like
that
to put my hands on it.
Yeah, like, and then your reaction after they see the finished product that you done edited, they like,
wow, I see what you was doing. I see what you was doing.
Okay. So that's a lesson and I'm definitely posting this on the page because it's funny. Give us time,
please.
Okay, so and to wrap like the business aspect of everything up.
Okay.
Why do you do what you do? Like, what drives you? What's the ticker that makes you want to continue with the ministry and the photography, the whole nine?
I have like this underlying narrative that I think all people need to know that they are worthy and that they are and that they're deserving of good things.
Yes.
Because there was a point in my life like my childhood sucked. You know what I'm saying? And I was pretty much hopeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of being placed in situations that you didn't ask for. You're not asking to be here. You're not asking to be born.
Yes.
And then your environment is so toxic. But then you have good individuals come into your life. Like I kind of shouted at my mentor earlier. Mm-hmm. And then Corey Duncan, they work together. He's a pastor. But just having individuals enter your life and expose you to good things and better things. And for me, in my case, it saved my life. I'm like, everybody needs to feel that.
Yeah.
Everybody is deserving of that. You know what I'm saying? We're all made in God's image. You're beautiful. Like you're dope. Like on my Cheval hoodies, it says God thinks you're dope.
Yes.
And so I mean, like, and that's just true. And I just try to carry that out because folks need to know. There's some people out here in some really bad situations that are hopeless, and I'm just like, can I just bring a little bit of light into your life?
Show you it's some good out there.
And it's good in you.
Yeah. Facts.
You're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And I think, like, and to touch on that, like you said, like when you experience like a bad childhood, you go through that aspect of, am I not good enough? Or you always, what can I do for attention, this and that.
And it's adults that's still there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
adults like, hey, like that. I think, and it's so funny we brought this up because I talked to somebody else on this podcast, and it's like a lot of people got to heal their childhood before they can live their adult years.
Yeah. Like, you do, and that's a process. And a lot of people think they can do it by themselves. No. And you need some therapy. You gotta go to therapy. You gotta find somebody you connect with. Follow me or holler at me or something, and I can link. Yeah, I can link. I can link y'all with some great therapists that I know. But that's not something that I would recommend going at alone because there are people, for whatever the case might be, that just don't want to go sit down and talk to somebody.
I think that's us as Black people.
It is. I think we're getting better. We're getting a lot better. But these are professionals who studied. They've been to school. There are some who go. Like I have a counselor and I have a psychiatrist. Like this is a medical doctor. And so there's some things that are hardwired into you that makes you do things, causes you to do things, and you don't even know why. You know what I'm saying?
They can get it out of you.
It's levels. There's so many levels. Like I'm open about mine because a lot of people don't talk about it. Like they thought I was just like severely depressed. That was my diagnosis, was just severe depression. And in my adulthood, because I kept at it and I kept going, and I was like, something's not right. I'm getting highs and lows. I'm clinically diagnosed bipolar. So, that's something that I deal with, but that's why I'm plant-based. I changed my diet because I didn't want to take meds.
Speak on that, like, just the diet, like the food we consume, and, like,
how trash it is?
Yeah, like, how that affects our mental health, too. Like,
I mean, it's literally you are what you eat.
That's information. Like,
you are what you eat. A lot of people are like, well, then I'm gonna die this way. Okay, if that's how you want to live your life,
I do hear people like say that, like,
that's cool. Like I have kids to think about. You know what I'm saying? I have, before I even get to my kids, like myself in my spirituality, my body is a temple. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta, and I want to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, stuff that we eat has a biochemical reaction to our bodies. Like it's cause and effect. And I don't want headaches. I don't want to gain weight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have an episode because certain foods that I eat may trigger something with my, you know what I'm saying, may trigger something with my disease. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, or I could just eat better and be better.
Facts.
You just gotta get to that point. I went cold turkey, no pun intended.
Really?
Yeah, I went home one day and just threw all my stuff away. But I was diagnosed with diabetes.
Well, yeah, you had like a kicker to.
Whoo, they was trying to give me that good metformin. I said, oh, baby, I'm not taking this. Oh, I ain't taking it. So I went home through everything. When kids was confused, she said, girl, where is what? It's gone.
But look, okay, so this is a question I asked. Like, when you do that, how did the kids adapt? Did they adapt pretty quick to it?
Yeah, so, the tip I always tell my people that ask me is just flip meals that you already eat.
Okay, like give us an example, like just some
tacos and spaghetti. Black people, like we eat that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of my spaghetti, I eat meatless spaghetti, but the kids they like, they
want the meat
or whatever. So, the process there is like because I try to stay away from anything processed, even if it's vegan, like Oreos are vegan. Yeah. So, but I will I'll get the Beyond Meat patties. Or whatever, okay. But that's the only thing I'll chop them up and like use that for spaghetti and tacos and stuff. So, but a lot of my stuff, I try to be more raw, plant based. So I stay in the fruits and vegetables and stuff a lot. But the kids were cool. They kids, Yeah,
they adapt to.
Does it taste good? I mean, if you can cook, you can cook. Okay. You still season everything the same way.
It's still.
Okay. Yeah, if you can't cook vegan food, you couldn't cook normal food, or not normal, but you couldn't cook, not vegan food.
Okay. And only like to this year I kind of discovered.
Oh wait, a plug. Corey McDaniel. Corey McDaniel.
Shout him out.
Yeah, the Food Architect Indie on IG is a soy-free, plant-based alkaline chef. He sells things, drinks and meals and stuff every so often. He's been vital, and just kind of what I follow and what I eat, and just giving ideas. And Pinterest is always bae.
Oh yeah.
Like you can hop on Pinterest and find stuff. It's easy. So yeah.
Okay. So only to this last year I've actually understood like, hey, what you put in your body is like important. Like I think we get caught up in the living that we don't take time to slow down and look at actually like what's going on.
We conditioned.
Yeah.
We so conditioned to crap.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's important. Okay. So thank you for covering all these topics. Did we leave out anything on the interview aspect?
I don't know. I think we good. I think so.
We gave them enough info?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to chop up these videos, post them on the page. I know like I always do, man. Shout out to my homie G. Thank you so much for coming.
Man, what a pleasure.
And this is the part to where we end the interview and we're going to get into the podcast part for y'all. So stay tuned.